are live. How's everyone doing?
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Calvin, Georgetta, welcome.
Thank you.
You guys for joining us. So we are short one person right now. Hopefully Frank can join us in just a little bit, but wanted to get some quick introductions going on. It seems like I'm taking lead right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it. So I am DC, Sips and Sticks, known on Instagram and YouTube. Above me is Mr. Matt, 1T Matt of Sober Cigars. Next to him is Hugo of Hugo Smokes. Very, very well known in the cigar community for his reviews. Down at the bottom is Mr. Cigar Scope, or the bearded. He's got a long name.
I got to change it. It's a bearded guy to everything on Instagram.
There you go. Yeah. So that is Randolph of Cigar Scope on YouTube. And then our two guests today, we have Kelvin and Georgetta of Status Cigars. Welcome, you two.
Thank you.
How are you? Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Definitely. Thank you for being able to join us. I know we had we did have a live setup a little while ago, but we had to do a little bit of rescheduling, but glad that we got it all worked out and we're all here today. We're going to make this happen. Real quick, what we'd like to do is we kind of go around and we all talk about our cigars that we're going to be smoking for the night. I'm not sure if you two are going to be partaking with us, but we definitely want to start there. So Randall, go ahead, sir.
Let me see if I can get it to focus. But I'm smoking a Status cigar. I think this is the exclusive. Is that correct? If I can get it to focus.
Executive.
Executive. I'm sorry. There we go. Look,
Held on there.
It's exclusive to us.
Yeah, everybody, look how beautiful this barber pole is. Just for everybody watching, it's gorgeous.
Oh, if you have the barber pole, then that's the premiere. The barber pole is the premiere. That's our signature cigar.
That's it. That's
okay.
The yes, that's the one that it's a Cuban hybrid. Seasoned from
nice.
Cuba, buried in Dominican Republic, aged for 4 years, grown, and wrapped with Dominican and Cuban leaf together. That's the both.
Beautiful.
It's got a great draw so far. I'm excited about it.
Thank you. It's actually about 3 years ago, it won Best Cigar of the Week at the New York City Cigar Fest. That's our signature cigar, the premiere.
Ooh, I got a good one then.
Yes, you did.
Matt, let's go with you. What do you got?
Yeah, I got the same thing. I also have the Premier, which, like they said, is the barber pole, Connecticut and Maduro, both twisted up. And same thing, just fired this thing up and drawn good and starting out good. So I'm excited to see how this thing goes.
Awesome. Mr.
Definitely
Hugo
our
Smokes.
signature cigar. It has so much great reviews from it. Oh, my God. We sell out with those in a day.
Yes.
50 or
Yes.
yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
I also do have the premiere in a this is a 6x54 barber pole, right? Maduro and Connecticut wrappers. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then I am going last, and I in my hand have the executive.
Oh,
This right here, this guy is a monster. 6x60, everyone. It's
$6.
it's a hefty guy.
yes.
Kelvin, you want to tell us about this one here that I got in my hand?
Oh, the executive. Well, that's dipped, not infused, but dipped with the honey whiskey.
Okay.
Sweet honey whiskey. One about there are cigar people that don't like flavor, and the people that do, they'll draw to that pretty quickly because it has that sweet flavor to it. It's a mild cigar, and it's just really a popular cigar for our flavors cigars.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pairing mine tonight with some whiskey, Penelope. So let's see how this one goes.
There you go.
Let's make sure.
Good choice. Good choice.
See, right on. Are you two partaking today and having a smoke with us? You're here for the conversation?
We're here for I'm here for the conversation. I don't know if Georgetta is, but
Georgette, I just got home. I'm in a non-smoking building, so I can't partake.
I'm in my non-smoking room, so last time the kid's like, "Daddy, what are you smoking inside the house again?" Like, oh, God, my own children.
So when you do get to smoke, it's safe to say you can't do it in your home then. And where are you guys doing this most of the time? Where do you get to enjoy your cigars?
So I will do it. Actually have a nice patio. So when it's
Very
not
modest.
freezing out,
She lives in a penthouse. And she has an entire penthouse patio. So it's very modest.
All right, so I'm gonna take it that the next live is gonna be at Georgetta's house.
Yes. Exactly.
I'm moving next month. But anyway, I'm giving up the patio. But I will go out there on my zero G gravity chair and partake at sunset with a nice VSOP or a whiskey, as you're doing tonight. So yes.
Very, very nice.
Nice.
Calvin, how about you?
Oh, okay. I live in Baldwin Harbor, which is in Long Island near Jones Beach. If you're familiar with those words, Jones Beach or Freeport. And so I have one of the only few houses in this community with a porch. So
Oh, wow.
I can sit out on that porch winter, spring, summer, fall, especially just as the sun is going down, just like Georgette says. Just enjoy the sunset, have a nice glass of wine and my cigar with me, be it the I tell you, I don't want to say I have my favorites because I love them all, but I can draw myself to the Cognac Hennessy VSOP cigar. I like that taste.
Okay.
The originally when I said, gee, I want to start my own cigar company because I seen what was the cigar? The Acid cigar. It's been like the most popular cigar in the United States. People they just go flip over that. And I said, well, I think I can make something better. I think I can have something. If they can be successful, why can't I be successful with cigar? So that's when the first cigars we had was the Cognac Hennessy. Then we had the sweet whiskey that you're smoking. And then we said, we gotta please the serious cigar smokers that don't like that taste, but they want the true tobacco. And that's why we made the Premier. And we now have a new cigar. Honey, you wanna chime in that one?
Sure, that's the Royale. It is a triple wrap barber pole, and that one is going to be a medium to full body. All of the cigars we have, and the ones you're smoking, of course, they're all mild to medium. But I decided that I wanted to get something more robust because when we do shows, people are always asking for something with a little bit more kick to it. So that's the Royale. It's a triple wrapped barber pole. And I'm actually working on one more to launch next year, hopefully in the first quarter, which I've partnered with a brandy company, and we're going to be doing a brandy brandy dipped cigar as well.
Okay.
And that one is going to be smaller. It's going to be smaller because the ladies, when we do shows, they're always asking for a smaller stick. So I'm going to do a smaller stick, and that's going to be more focused for the ladies.
Gotcha. So is it going to be just one run, one size, or are you thinking of doing different sizes, Toros, Robustos, or?
I'm going to try one size first and just get a small batch, and I'm going to see how that goes. And then if they would like the size, I'll roll with that. But if I get people saying they rather it would be a little bit bigger or whatever, then I'll play with it and see how it goes.
Sounds good. And Kelvin, now it sounds like Georgetta's kind of heading this whole thing. Where do you play into this company? Are you just the guy with the hat? You're with the looks, and that's it?
You know what?
It's his company. I just took over.
She's doing a great job. I just want to see. I mean,
let me tell you something. Status Cigar wouldn't be Status Cigar without Georgette. She is really the backbone of everything. I mean, I may be the looks, but she is the backbone of it. And I'm very proud. As a man, I'm very proud of knowing that I have someone like this person in front with me. Definitely.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we did see Georgetta. You just recently took that position, correct, of marketing?
Yes.
Yes, marketing and co-owner. So yes. Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's cool. Beautiful.
I love the band.
I wouldn't trade up the world. Definitely.
That's wonderful. I just want to take a quick pause and just welcome Frank. He is here. He's at the bottom of the screen. Mr. Texas Cigar. I can't even say the name right now.
Texas Cigar Society.
There you go.
Thank you.
Texas Cigar Society. Thank you guys for joining the live. I'm sorry I ran a little late. Had some personal issues, but I'm here. smoking this beautiful cigar.
Which
Amazing.
one is that?
That's the Honey Jack. The
The
very good.
executive.
the executive.
Yes, the
Yeah.
executive.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Good.
When I took out the cello and I smelled it, it smelled like those cherries you get during Christmas that are like the chocolate with the
Oh, the chocolate
liquid.
covered maraschino.
Oh my
Yes.
god! Yeah, that's what
Yes.
it smells so good.
It has a great smell, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
we sell them by the smell, not by
We do.
Yeah.
We were at the John Corleone Jazz Festival Labor Day weekend, and we were there. We had a table, right? We were selling cigars, and I had a guy hit me up last week, and he's like, "Oh, are you that lady that made me smell the cigar? Because I remember you, and I need that cigar."
It's just
I was like, "Yep, that's why I made you smell it."
So how's everyone? How's Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I feel like Status Cigar. We want to cater as much people and even introduce cigars to more people. Many people like, oh, I want to try a cigar. And maybe they haven't tried the acid yet, so try my Status Cigar. And it's gotten great response, great results, man.
That was actually going to be our question. I was going to ask about that. How's everyone taken to that?
Mine's great. It's got this cream note, but also kind of like a light hay wood note in the background, and it's just really smooth and just really nice tobacco.
yeah. Mine is amazing. What I'm glad it's not overly sweet. It's not like a sweetened cigar, and it has that like background hints of whatever like you smell like I said that maraschino cherry. I'm getting the hints of it, but it's not sweet. It is amazing. It's smoking really smooth. I really good.
And that's because unlike acid, which is dipped, which is
Infused.
infused, we are dipped. So that's the difference between us and them. And that's why a lot of people they do love our cigar because they get to have the flavor, they get to have the scent, but they're not overwhelmed with the taste of the alcohol or whatever it is dipped in.
Yeah.
So question on that: are they taking the wrapper and like literally letting it sit in a barrel with that, or is it the cigar after it's rolled? Like, I know that might be a silly question, but I've just never heard of.
I do believe that our manufacturer, they do roll it first to get it all set, and then they say, oh, we gotta soak it for a little while longer. Oh, okay, it sounds good to me.
Okay.
It's something that it just has a better taste than an infused. Because you smell it immediately. And infused you have to literally smoke it sometimes. That's there it is. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So we had some questions set up. I don't know if you guys have some questions for us, but we're we were trying to do our homework on you guys. We love just, checking out the website, checking out other sites, channels that you've been on. And I think the one thing that came up is Georgetta. It's the camera's on you again. There was a comment that came up. I believe you were on the Cigar Dudes, and you're not a like regular smoker. You don't smoke regularly, but when you do, how is that for you? Or has since been with the company? Are you smoking now, or how has that been?
So I really smoke once in a blue moon at home when I have company over, and then when we're doing shows is when I really more indulge. I have asthma, so I can't smoke too much of it. So, but when I do definitely enjoy it. But I really partake more when I'm with Kelvin and doing the show. But my favorite one so far is the VSOP, and then the Honey Jack is my second. I like the flavor. So yeah, so those are my two go tos. Which is why I decided to come up with the brandy one.
That's awesome.
That's a good one.
Just saying. But also the company, we actually met the company at a show, and the company it's three African American brothers that actually own and have made the company and the brandy. So being that we're an African American company as well, I thought it would be great to work together and see what we could do together and they're locally here in Maryland. I live in DC. Kelvin's in Long Island, and they're here in Maryland, not far from excuse me, DC. So it was a great collaboration for me to start working with them on it.
That's awesome. Good, cool.
And are you guys?
I wish I had
sorry.
her. I wish I had her 4 years ago when I first started this company, and it's just skyrocketed since. I mean, we're getting an opportunity that we're getting our cigars on shelves at hotels, the Hard Rock hotels interested in us. Where we're looking at places where the same places that Acid cigar is. I want my cigar to be our cigar to be right next to it.
Definitely.
I want that type of distribution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have a really good established relationship with the Kappas here in the DMV. We've also done events with other fraternities in Jersey, in New York. So, but I'm getting this out there, and we did Philly Cigar Week, and next year we're doing Tampa Cigar Week, and we're in talks with Jacksonville Cigar Week as well. So there's a couple other things down the pipeline. The podcast should be coming out next year, and so good things are coming in 2025.
Yes. It's like knowing Michael Jordan before he became Michael Jordan. That's what we are.
There you go.
That's awesome. This is recorded, so we're gonna remember this. This is gonna
definitely.
be great.
We'll still talk to you after when we were.
That's recorded as well.
Yeah. We'll remember that when we start messaging you privately there. Eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have your people talk to my people.
There you go.
I think Matt was having a question right now.
What's that?
What's that?
Matt, did you have a question? I think we might have stepped over you on a second.
Oh no, that's fine. And Kelvin, you kind of touched on it there. So I was just curious, with being a new cigar company as of, I believe, 2020, it's got to be tough to try to get into the brick and mortar stores and all that. And so you kind of touched on it. So it sounds like you guys are starting to get into some hotels, and it sounds like you guys are doing a lot of the events where you can highlight your product. Are you looking to get into some like brick and mortars? Are you looking just to kind of be?
Yeah, well, we started already, being in Long Island, and I'm a former tennis pro, so a lot of people know me in Long Island as that. And then also I've gotten into real estate, and I've been for a few years in real estate, so a lot of people know me from that. So I meet a lot of wealthy people in Long Island. So there are a few restaurants that currently have our cigars. Freeport Nautical Mile is like, if you ever Google that, Freeport Nautical Mile, it's like a beautiful stretch of hotel seafood restaurants, and we have our little base at Baracos in Freeport, one of our greatest. They were the first people that said, sure, have a table and sell your cigars there. We've always been faithful to them since. So big shout out to Baracos. And there is a few smoke shops that are now carrying our cigars. And every time I go over there, the boxes are empty. Like, oh my God, okay, you need some more, So yeah,
that's really cool.
The big seller for the serious cigar smoker is our premieres. Those premieres go in. I mean, if I give them 20 in less than 2 weeks, they're all gone. And nice. I mean, right next to the acid cigars and the other cigars, like, yes, that's like a NBA slam dunk, definitely.
That's
Kelvin,
cool.
Was there? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that's really cool because, like I said, I'm sure it's tough to kind of get into the brick and mortars and all that. It's like, hey, let's do these events, let's get out here and hey, try my cigar.
Yeah.
And once people start trying it and liking it, that's when the traction starts, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we're really working to get a national distribution, and then we're really like the hotels, the cruise lines. We were in the Bahamas, and there are a few cigar shops all around by where the boats dock. And restaurants, we're really working on those areas there too. And
we had meetings with 3 people while we were there. So yeah,
perfect.
Awesome.
Kelvin, going back to the Georgette and marketing, was there a specific aha moment where you were like, "Oh, she's got to be a part of this"?
Oh, maybe within the first 2 minutes when she says, "Oh, this is ridiculous. We got to get this really known, and we got your website, everything. We gotta grow your Instagram. Like, really? Okay, whatever you say, Georgette, it's you."
So my background is sales and marketing and PR. So I actually have my own company called Socialese. And when I met with Kelvin, it just happened that I saw everything, and then he was in Long Island. He was only in Long Island. And then when I started doing the research, and I sell hotels for a living. So it was pretty much like, oh my gosh, great product. We can take this to the next level. I revamped the website. I came up with a slogan because he just used to have it as status cigar. So I was like, well, it's about status. So the slogan is now smoke the next level with status cigar, and just revamping everything. And as I got more involved, and then using my social media marketing skills and reaching out and getting this into more things and connections, then it took off from there. So I've had a really good response here locally in the DMV. But then as well, I've had Kelvin all over at other fraternity events, and when they do boat rides and things like that. So I've had them all over the place.
Probably one of our biggest events we did was a car show in Bolton in my town hall. Oh my God, the response! It's like the 4th year I've had it, and they are just like drawn. They come to find us. And also there's a party promoter in Manhattan, and he has his boat rides about 4 times in the summertime, and we're like, you gotta come. They want to smoke cigars. It's like, okay, great, whatever, we're getting it, and also,
So
the best thing I'm gonna say is about Georgette. She recognized that every company, like McDonald's, has their signature meal, which is the Big Mac. And so, she said, well, we have to showcase our signature cigar, and that's our premiere. And the premiere speaks for itself and what it's done and what it's accomplished. It just sells itself, and we really want to keep that as our signature cigar. Yeah.
So you touched on the name that you changed the branding on it. You put a little more to it, but the name Status Cigar, how long did it take for you to come up with that name? Why that name?
That's a good question.
Did you ask for feedback? How was that?
I looked at myself, and I like the finer things in life. And why do people smoke cigars? Why cigars have always been like, for the well-to-do, it was originally for that, and why does everyone want a Rolex watch? Why does everyone want a BMW? Why does everyone want to have, diamond rings? Because they want to show status. I said, wait a minute. Yeah, I mean, status. Okay, that's what I'm gonna name it, and it just worked out that way. And and it really was it was in front of me, the word status. Why do we smoke a cigar? To show status. Exactly. That's why we said status cigar.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely.
So, all you guys smoking a cigar right now, you look like you have a lot of status in you. Okay.
We have a status in our hand.
Not now. We do.
Now for those that are watching, where can they go to your website and reach out if they want to buy some and order direct?
Yes, definitely. That's what we we love to hear from our fans, and they email us, they text us, they go to our website, and we put it in the mailbox the next day and send it off to them. We're very happy about that. Yeah.
And then you said you've had it in a couple of shops already, right? That's in your area.
Yes.
And
I'm very happy about that.
Can those folks go to those places and find them on their website, or how does that work for that?
That's a good question. I mean, we post where they are and
Got
where you can find us. But
it.
yeah, that too. Yeah, and we always like to promote that smoke shop that has our product. Yeah, so yeah, and they let them know too. We have over over 5,000, 6,000, over 16,000 followers. And, you know, we're building up every month, you know, with more and more. Our goal is get about maybe 100,000 followers. And that can really, you know, make it good. You know, followers are important. You know, definitely. Yeah.
That's where I come in. I'm always stalking people like yourself to get on a podcast or be part of a show. So there you go.
Well,
we're glad to have you.
Yeah, and I remember reaching out because I saw you guys on the Cigar Dudes podcast, and y'all were just so much fun. And I was like, you know what? When we first started this podcast, you could ask the guys. You guys were like the first or second people we thought of to bring on the show, and that's why I'm so happy this finally, you know, came to fruition. And I know we had a little setback the first time, but now that y'all are here, I mean, this is just, I mean, been fun so far. We're only 30 minutes in.
You know,
that was a very fun interview. I remember I was following them before we got there. And then when we got there, I told Kelvin, I said, I'll be back. I'm going to go get us on this show. And he's like, what?
Yeah. I think Georgette and I we must have been, her sister says we're twins. Okay. Because she has that same fire. And, you know, like, I'm going to climb up that mountain right now. That she's got that same, and that's when you have a company, especially something like this, you need people next to you that have that desire, that you know, visionaries, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a question. They're asking if you're planning to have a cigarillo line, a 4x32.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. You know, we love suggestions. We love, you know, requests, and we go from there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I see the questions. I'm on my phone, so I can't see everything. By the way, Kelvin, someone said something about you being like a Scottie Pippen, which I thought was hysterical. I saw that. I love
Michael
that.
Jordan needs Scottie Pippen. Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, well, you're definitely my Scottie Pippen, or I'm your Michael Jordan, one or the other. But we're definitely.
Well, they said you're the Pippen, but really you're pimping with the hat on. But anyway, so that's what
There's a
you
nice
should have
hat.
said.
So if you ever if y'all watch the documentary, Jordan said it. Without Scotty, there's no Michael Jordan. There you go.
Okay.
Exactly.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll definitely say without
work
Georgette,
together.
there's no status cigar. There's no status cigar without Georgette.
We definitely encourage any ideas and suggestions to connect with us on Instagram or Facebook, or go on our website, which is statuscigar.com. Email us. We'd love to hear your feedback, and we'll take it into consideration, most definitely.
Yes, I'm looking at that. That's a beautiful drag on. Oh my gosh. Show me that cigar. Lift it up again.
Matt, show yours.
Yeah, that is great.
Look at that.
Sorry, I got chopped. So I was going to say a minute ago that I'm not one of those guys that like can really. I've never tried to do like a long ash on a cigar. This one's just doing it.
Wow.
With, I mean, great construction. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've just been letting it fly off.
Mine, you know, and I've had mine sitting in the ashtray. So it's like I'm not just sitting here holding it. I was now because I wanted to show you guys. Because I was like, man, I'm not even trying to do this. It's just doing it. So
that's good. That's great, Frank.
good construction.
Well, I can't put mine down, so
I am gonna.
I'm just puffing away at it.
I did just now purposely ash it because I'm afraid it's just gonna, when I'm not expecting it, drop right down. So
yeah, like for me, I'm infamous for having more ash on the floor than in my ashtray.
Yeah,
or on me.
Like I said, this one was just holding on.
I'm really getting tempted to go out to my porch. It's like raining cats and dogs right now outside. You know, I would definitely want to smoke a cigar. You got me wanting to smoke a cigar now.
Hey, do it. I'm on the East Coast too. It's cold, but just throw a jacket on.
Yeah. I don't mind the cold, but I do mind the rain.
Yeah.
Is it raining?
Yeah, it's pouring. Thank God it's not
pouring.
cold. This would have been a blizzard if we had temperatures below 30. Right now, it's just raining. I'm happy for rain instead of snow. You know,
Yeah.
those guys
on
in
its
Buffalo, I
way.
don't know how they do it in Buffalo. Oh my God. Oh.
You get quite a bit of snow there, though, don't you? Or no? Do you not because of the location?
We're really on the water. Sometimes the water is on us where we are, but so we don't get that type of Buffalo snow. Buffalo snow is just insane. Oh my God. Yeah, anywhere in the country, but Buffalo? Oh. I'm supposed to be going to Minnesota with my son for a tennis tournament.
That's where I'm at.
It's going to be in January, in middle of January. So like, oh my God, it's going to be cold up there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's cold today. We had I mean, we're usually cold this time of year, but we had a cold front that's hitting us now. And I was telling Georgette when it was just me and her on here that, and I'll pull it up and tell you, the actual temperature is -3, but with the wind, it's really windy out. The wind chill, it's -23.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I saw that this morning on the Weather Channel that y'all were getting hit with that. I was like, no, thank you.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm here dying. It's like 55 degrees or 50 degrees, and I'm here in a thick jacket. I couldn't even imagine -23.
Come on up, Frank.
We'll see you in the summer, Matt. No, thank you.
Oh,
Matt's got that fancy smoking tent.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Kelvin, question for you, since you are probably the more senior cigar smoker of you two, right?
Yes.
If you're not smoking one of your cigars, because I mean, we've asked other folks, and they definitely can't smoke their cigar all the time. What is like top 3 go-to cigars for you? Brands, specifics?
You know, I tell you, it's almost like you asked me which child do I not love? You know, I can tell you that, you know, I mean, again, you know, go back to, you know, what made me start, you know, liking cigars, and one was that
acid
cigar. But you know, I just haven't picked up any other cigar since then. You know, I just love my cigars. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when we're at shows, you know, there's other cigar vendors there, so we do exchange our cigars with other people's cigars, and other things like that. So I think the other one I will say that I've had since we've been out and about was Oasis cigars, and that one was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he hand rolls them right there at the show. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. That's awesome. Georgette, for you, I know you're doing all the promotion and all that stuff. Have you guys already, forgive me for not knowing this, because we've been trying to do our homework, but are you guys like venturing out into reaching out to other like cigar reviewers and then tapping into them and getting your smokes out there to kind of reach out more to the community?
Yes. So I have been doing a lot of that online. So here locally in the DMV, I have collaborated with other cigar companies. There are a lot of women-owned companies here that I've collaborated with, so that's really good. There's some things that we're going to be doing next year with one of them. And then as far as interacting with other people, Black Smoke Magazine, I've been in collaboration with talking with them, working on doing their editorial section for next year.
Nice.
For the fashion part. We were actually featured in the editorial section in the past issue. I sent them a bunch of photos from all of the events that we've been going to. It's not just us, but other people, because I'm big into photography as well. So that's kind of how we had the conversation on A, we got in the magazine, but B, collaboration for next year, and then the podcast that we want to do in part of this section that we're looking to do, and we've already created the logo and everything. It's called Cigar and Fashion, Make a Statement. So that's what we'll be launching in 2025, and hopefully with Black Smoke Magazine, and also with the Jacksonville Cigar Week, talking with them and working on some big stuff together.
Nice. Awesome. And Kelvin, for you, it kind of just goes back to when you first started in 2020 with this brand. Since then, I mean, it's been 4 years now, right? Like, have you learned from some mistakes? Have you like studied other people? Like, what have you taken from the community that has helped you get to where you're at? Besides, obviously, hiring probably one of the best in the business for you.
Yes. Well, when we go to certain events and we see other cigar vendors there, and again, why is status? Because I dress like I smoke a status cigar, and I feel the man that dresses right, is right, and it's amazing how many doors open for me just because there was actually a scene in Tom Cruise and Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie Catch Me If You Can. And the scene goes, the reason why the Yankees look so good because of their pinstripe, and it's so if you see me a person dressed good, you see that, so yeah, so I pride myself in always dressing my best, and people like that. People come up to me and says, "Man, you have a great hat," or "I love the way you dress." And my response is, "Oh, if you like how I look, you're gonna love my cigars." And it's just a great, attraction. They draw to me because of how well I dress, and I like that.
Got it.
This is sorry. I'm reading the comments. That is very true. By the way, the comment about the smoking jacket fire. Please take a look at our Instagram page or our Facebook page. You will be excited to see even more outfits. So,
Oh, yeah.
Mr. I love it. It's on fire. Please go on our Instagram page.
Definitely.
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Y'all might have to start selling the jackets.
I'm a little dressed down today, everybody. Just a little bit dressed down.
Yeah, I'm on casual mode.
I mean, if you're in casual, we're all wearing hoodies.
No comment.
I will say when I was looking through all the pictures to create the post and stuff, I was like, man, this is nice. Man, that's a nice coat. Man, this is a nice picture. You when there's a couple where you're on like this old classic car, and I was like, man, this is a badass picture. Definitely, yeah. It does give that appearance, that, like you said, the status. It's exactly, you're living your brand, which is what you should do.
Thank you. That's really what the core of it is. We want you to feel like hey, I might not be able to afford a Rolex watch, but I can afford a status cigar. I can smoke a status cigar. I mean, living in New York City, the Mecca, the capital. It's Wall Street. That way you look is the way you get someplace. Yeah. I was joking with Georgette once. I had a nice suit on, and there was a concert and at Madison Square Garden, and because I had the nice suit, I literally walked into the sound check in Madison Square Garden. It was like no security didn't even touch me. Like, oh, you must be the executive or somebody, And
That's awesome.
because of a suit, Me selling houses, I sell $1 million listings. I can't wear a hoodie, guys. I gotta wear a nice suit because if I dress like a millionaire, I could sell $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for touching on that, because that was going to be the next question. Basically, is Status Cigar, you're still new, 4 years. It's compared to other companies that have been around for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, right?
Yes.
It sounds like you still have your other job at the time right now.
Right.
Is that going to be something you want to do forever, or are you looking to try to make Status something bigger where it just kind of carries you?
Well, I know Status is going to be bigger. With Georgette there, we're looking in the next 4 years. Like I said, we're not going to be able to talk to you anymore. You have to talk about.
We'll have to talk to your rep.
Yes.
Don't listen to him.
We got in early.
Yes.
We're gonna be talking to AI Kelvin, AI Georgette.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, as a former tennis pro, we've always learned that you have to set a goal and take every day to get closer to that goal. I actually learned that from Andre Agassi, former tennis pro, and #1 world, I think 8-time Grand Slam champion. And I used to talk to him, and they said, just Kelvin, set your biggest goal, and every day take one step closer in getting that goal. And that's how it is in success, and anything success in life is just set the giant goal and take one step each day to set that goal. Make small goals to get to that big goal. You know.
Awesome.
Good advice.
Georgette, that kind of rolls into you right there. So you got your hands full now. He said 4 years we won't be able to talk to you anymore. So are you seeing challenges now that you're working on to get past it to help kind of that's inspiring you to be a little bit better, kind of grow in the company or in yourself?
I would say that I've learned a lot from this year. There were a lot of things that I found out that we could have been involved with that I think would have been good for us. But I found out about it too late to get into, or it already had passed. So this way, for next year, I'm ahead of the game, and I know what we should be in. One of the things that I've been trying to get us in, and I know it's a challenge. I heard to become a member of the Premium Cigar Association. So I'm like kind of beating their door down still, but to tell them I plan on going to the convention. I think out of everything going on next year, that's the most important event that we do go to. And we were just in Vegas last month for Smoke, because the Smoke convention was going on while we were there in Vegas. So went to Vegas, made a lot of good connections. We're actually going to be on a podcast with one of the big reps there from Vegas. Next month, we'll be on the podcast with him. So it's really just a learning curve. I only started doing this with him. I think I started April is when I started, and our first event I had us booked was Kappa Derby Day, which was in May. And from there, I just took it and kind of ran off with it. So yeah, I mean, to do this within the 6-7 months I've been working on it, I think we've really made a lot of accomplishments. And now I know how to do it for next year even bigger and better.
That's awesome.
That's it.
Before we continue, guys, we got to do a cigar check. I want to see where everyone's at on their smokes.
Wow. Whoa.
I haven't put mine down.
Wow. In 42 minutes. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, these are some big smokes. They really are. They're large, but they're wrapped well enough where they're breathing. I mean, great. I really do appreciate it. The flavors are good. Obviously, sitting here drinking with the whiskey is probably just making it that much better.
Oh,
so
yeah,
thank you for making this.
Oh yeah.
I definitely want to pick a couple more up and share with some friends so they can kind of get a look at it.
Well, and I'll be honest, I've been working a lot the last few days. It's been a busy week heading up to the holidays, and I just really wanted a cigar today. So I'm really happy we're doing this.
Now I'm curious, what cut did y'all do on them that you're smoking?
That's true. Yeah, that's a good question.
I did it straight.
Good.
V cut.
Okay.
V cut for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did a V cut as well.
Okay.
I was do straight cut.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
What do
I
y'all like
always
to do?
prefer a V cut. You get any of our
Yeah.
cigars because you get that flavor a long time. You get that long good smoke out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do the small V cut. That's what I like.
Yeah. Good question.
Do you ever do the punch? Ever at all?
I get a lot of customers that want the punch, and and they I don't know, the punch to me, out of like 20 people that ask for a V cut, that would be one person that asks for a punch. And I guess I've tried a punch before, but it never really gave me the taste of what I want to get in that V cut.
Never trust somebody that wants a punch.
Yeah, I just don't find it as satisfying. Yeah. I just never found it as satisfying to punch it. You know what I mean?
I think there are certain levels of amateur, intermediate, professional, and I'm not going to insult anybody that's that does a punch, but I'm not going to say that you're amateur or intermediate, but.
No, we've had our own sort of conversations about people that punch are psychos, so it's it's just a thing. It's not a bad thing, but on something this big, I don't think a punch would do it justice at all.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. Mm-hmm.
The only time I do a punch cut is there are some cigars that'll be more flat on top and they don't have much cap that comes down. And so on those, I'll use a punch, but I'll punch it like 4 times. I'll go around and do like 4 punches on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've tried to just do a punch in the middle, and it's just not my cup of tea.
What's your opinion about a torpedo cigar?
We love
I
them.
like it, but
Torpedoes are great. Yeah.
sometimes
Okay.
for
Yeah.
me, sometimes it can be uncomfortable. I have an underbite though, so I'm like trying to keep it in my mouth. Sometimes it's hard.
As long as the shape doesn't compromise the draw, because I've experienced some torpedoes that get really tight at the head, and you end up having to use like a draw tool or like trying to massage the
Just cutting the
cigar
whole
to
tip
open
off
up the
altogether.
airway. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast, right? But
yeah. Okay. We had thought about right now we currently have 4 brands of cigars. We have the VSOP, the Executive, the Royal, and the Premier. And we're working on the other one, Georgette. But we thought we just want to be creative and cater to everyone's smoking needs. Smoking feelings.
Yeah. We used to have a tequila one.
Yeah, we had a
The
green leaf
We
tequila.
had a green leaf. We had a green leaf cigar tequila, the Casa Amigo. But yeah, once we sold out of it, we didn't. It wasn't. It was. Yeah, people didn't want. I think the green leaf threw people off. So once we went through that stock, we didn't go back to it. The ladies liked it because it was a smaller stick. So yeah.
We may bring it back. I like to probably bring it back in the summer.
The ladies liked it.
Sure.
Be an exclusive drop,
Yeah.
right? A few boxes, and that's it.
Yeah.
Limited version.
Limited edition. Limited edition.
People love it. People love that
Ellie's
stuff.
are a big deal.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Would you all ever consider doing like your executive doing other Vitolas, or just sticking with what works right now is where y'all want to stay?
Yeah, the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I totally understand.
I think some of your, and I haven't tried the dip cigars, obviously, but like I think a Corona size would work really well with some of those cigars because most of the flavor comes from the wrapper, right? So I think you would get that real rush of flavor. I don't know. But you were talking about earlier possibly offering a smaller Vitola. I've been getting into Corona sizes again recently.
I'll have to put that on my list.
We're gonna send you a wish list of everything we want. A couple
Please
Lanceros.
do.
Yeah.
I will copy and paste to our distributor.
Yeah.
Like, can I get this? He's annoyed. I get on his nerves sometimes. I'll be texting him like, I want this, now this, now, okay. And he'll be like, you're just out of control. Like, I'm just saying.
So you say you're a distributor.
Now.
To your distributor, are you guys, or any of you two actually going and doing like a quality check, or do you have a team that does that for you? How does that work?
Well, we have our team in Dominican Republic, and then we have our main guy that basically either brings the tobacco up and does it himself, or has the company down there and ships it up there. So we trust him, and we definitely taste test everything to see, what it is. I actually have to go down there again. When you go down to the factory, it's like, wow, it's almost like Christmas. It's beautiful.
And it's funny you asked that because I've had 3 people approach me on trying to, get us to do a cigar with them. And they're like, well, we can do it cheaper. We can do this. We can do that. And then, they're like, come and work, let us, do the cigars for you. And I'm like, I can't recreate the wheel. Like, this is a custom blend and everyone is used to what we have. So I can't, say, oh, this is now the executive, but it's really not the executive because it comes from it's a different cigar person. So, but that just shows that how good it is that people are trying to like come at us and say, oh, I want to work with you, but no. So yeah, people love the flavor and, we have to stay with what everyone likes.
That's awesome. Staying tried and true. I like it.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, Kelvin, for you. So I know you brought up about being a former pro tennis and then also selling real estate. Do you think a lot of that had helped you out in promoting your cigar, people knowing you already, and it kind of give you that step up compared to like,
yeah,
you know, not a nobody, but someone who's just kind of just showed up? You think that's helped you out?
Yeah, okay, you know, the tennis world is very small, especially in general, even around the country. So, you know, a lot of people that know me, I can always go out to them and say, hey, you know what, you're buying one of my cigars, try my cigars, and yeah, so definitely, it's not what you know in life, is who you know. I have a 17-year-old son, and we're definitely looking for some D1 colleges, and we took him down to UPenn, and the head coach was someone I used to coach as a teenager. So it's like, I'll break your arm if you don't have my son in your team. Yeah. So yeah, definitely the cigars are, it was just another avenue of, who I am, and through my tennis, through my real estate. And the reason I can tell you, I'll bring it back to why I thought about doing this. Here it was 2020. We were just going through COVID. Everybody, including everyone here, we were all just staying home. And I said, gee, I want to do something to build myself. I want to start my own company in something. My mother had just passed away. My sister-in-law had passed away 8 months before that. Wow. My sister passed away 2 years, like a year and a half later. So it was more like, maybe somebody was telling me, what, start this company, start a company. And that's how we got it. I'm happy about that. Yeah,
that's awesome. How about being, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're the only or one of the few only Black-owned companies in Long Island?
Yeah, we are the only Black-owned cigar company, manufacturer company in Long Island. Yes, yeah.
That's awesome. That definitely gives you a little bit of status right there, right?
There you go. Exactly. Yeah. I like how you said that.
I was winding that one up for a minute. I'm going to give it to him right now. I'm here all night, guys. Thank you.
Don't forget to tip your wait staff.
Right.
Yeah.
Try to deal. Try to deal.
So probably, I mean, for either one of you, whoever wants to, and I mean, without letting out too many secrets, any big plans for 2025 that everyone should be excited about, kind of looking out for? Are you guys going to hit any huge events that we all might want to know about?
So it's going to be Tampa Cigar Week in March. It's going to be Kappa Derby Day in May here in the DMV. And then we're definitely going to go to, I think it's the initials are PMCA, the Cigar Association, that conference. And then working in talks with Jacksonville Cigar Week, we should be doing that. And I would like to see us hit, which we didn't do this year, hit the Yarber City Cigar Festival, Atlanta Cigar Week, and there's a club called the Good Time Gang Club, and they just had their conference this week. It's a international club. It's huge, and the timing just didn't work out for. I got drawn into something for my real job, and it lined up perfectly because they were doing their event in Tampa, and the next day was the Yarber City Cigar Festival, and I was so mad that I couldn't go because I was like, I just lost so much money, I couldn't go to those things. So yeah, but I will look on the calendar for next year, and hopefully my job doesn't decide to have their holiday party over those dates again.
I gotcha. Is this some stuff that you're going to have on your website soon so that everyone can kind of follow that and take a look at it? So we have a lot of, I mean, thankfully we've had friends everywhere and a lot of people in your area. So it'd be nice if they're in your area, they can follow you guys and get to those events and meet you in person.
Yes, I will.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
I will be posting all of that once I get all of the artwork from everyone with the promotional stuff. Then I will be posting it. So it should be up by mid-January is what I'm thinking because of the holiday. And I will be posting all of that. It'll be on all of our social media. And just stay tuned. And our podcast should be launching sometime in January. And it's called Cigar and Fashion. Make a Statement.
We're definitely looking at casinos and hotels and cruise lines, where they have these cigars on the shelf, and we want everyone to see our cigar everywhere. So in those vacation places there, we're definitely focusing on that. I want to be able to go to Las Vegas and go see the cigar shop, and then at the we're at the Bellagio and say, oh, there's my cigar right there. Yeah.
And there's one other thing I'm working on. I'm still in talks, but Virgin Cruise Line has a cruise that actually goes to the Dominican Republic, and you get to go. One of the excursions they have is you get to go to a cigar factory and roll your own cigars. So what I'm trying to do is see
Nice.
with the itinerary they have, maybe it would be more we go to our cigar factory and you can see how our cigars are made. So it's something that I'm trying to put together, but if not, then we still could do a cigar cruise and they still could see how cigars are made in the Dominican Republic and get an idea of how ours are done.
That's
Hold on,
awesome.
I'm booking
Cool.
a cruise right now.
There you go.
You have to go to my website. I have my own travel agency. So you have to go to my website and book it.
What's the promo code?
I'll send the link.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, as far as status of cigar, and I think Frank, I think you might need to take lead on this one. There was a new type of cigar group. There was I'm forgetting the name. There's like boutique cigars, there's new age, and then there's legacies, craft cigars. Where are you guys seeing yourself there? Like, speak on that maybe.
We're boutique. We're boutique.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why boutique? Like, why they're...
So the reason we're boutique is number one, we created the blend, right? It's not like some people, they have a variety of cigars. I mean, and Kelvin will tell you that we go to shows and some people have like 30 or 20 or even 15 different cigars, right? So because we are just a custom blend and we stay to just a limited amount of cigars that we put out, that's what makes us a boutique. Because when you think about it, when you go to a boutique, it's high-end stuff. It's not a lot. It's not going to be overwhelming. And when you go there, you're looking for something very special.
Gotcha. Awesome. Cool.
That's a good way to put it.
There is a question there from the guest. Actually, a good friend of ours of the Brother of the Leafs, very well known now. He's asking, what has been the biggest hurdle to overcome in the cigar world that you didn't see coming? Very good question.
Good question.
Kelvin, you want to take that?
I don't know. The biggest hurdle.
I mean, that could be from both of you guys, from both your points of views too. Yeah,
Well,
feel free to both
you know
answer.
what? It can be very much time consuming. Weekends where I have to take some son of mine to a national tournament. Or fortunately, he's graduating from high school next year. So, well, I mean, he's a junior, so he's got a year and a half to go. And I think by then I'll have a little bit more time to make the appearances or even just, hiring the right staff. Would you agree with that, Georgette? Just,
I would say hiring the right staff as well as when we do shows, I've learned a lesson as well. The biggest hurdle is when people are saying they want us to come and be a vendor at the show, I've learned to ask how many cigar vendors are going to be there.
Yeah.
Because we've done shows and it's been 10 cigar vendors or it's 5 vendors and then, one of the vendors has a booth with like 30 different cigar brands and then everyone's flocking to what they know, like an Acid or whatever else, the Rocky Patels and things like that. And then we don't really get the opportunity to really showcase our cigar as a cigar you want to try. If there's 2 vendors there, then yeah, you pick and choose between the 2 of us, right? But when you have that many and it's overwhelming, people are really going to generally flock to a brand that they know, and we don't get the recognition or the sales, because that's what we're there to make money, to do. So I would say that's been the biggest hurdle from this year. My learning curve is definitely doing that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's a killer dog next to you, by the way. Just be careful.
That's Frank. I think that's Frank over there.
Yeah.
His little second host over there. So speaking to your shows, I know when people
Yeah,
ask, I don't know if you can hear us.
He
I think he froze.
I hope he's froze.
He's that cold. Dang.
The dog just he just got mauled by the dog.
That's it.
Yeah.
Frank, somebody call 911.
Seriously.
Dog
There he
chewed
is.
on the Ethernet cable.
Sorry about
So
that.
my question on when you go out there, when you're doing these shows, being a vendor, is there an expectation from the people hosting it? Are they expecting you to bring free cigars? Are you free to sell your cigars, or what's your guys' plan of action when you get out there? Like now in the business where you're at, like what do you set for?
So I will share with you that a lot of the shows, they are very picky with who they let in. So they will ask me, do you have a 10 by 10 booth? Well, I want to see what your tent looks like. I want to see pictures of what your setup has been at other shows. So, and y'all seen our website, you've seen our Instagram, there's shows, we've not been turned down for anything, gosh, because our setup is very professional, but they are, and those are the shows we want to be in. Because to go to a show and like, oh, I just have a table. Kelvin hates those type of shows. He loses his mind because he wants. You just think about it, right? We're Status Cigar, right? We go professionally. We're always professionally dressed. We always are making a statement. You're not going to get that same effect if you're just standing at a 6-foot table, right?
Right.
Even if we have our tablecloth there, it's just not the same look as when we have our 10 by 10 booth. So realistically, if Kelvin, if he can't be at a show where it's a booth, I have to beg him to go do it. Like, but we can do this. We can do this. It's an indoor event. We don't have to have a tent.
That's awesome. And then as far as like taking your cigars and everything, are you guys stacked with a few boxes, or how does that usually work for you guys?
Well, we have a glass case. We'll keep them in a humidor until it's ready to go into the glass case and take it from there.
Yeah. So
presentation is so important.
Yes.
Anything, and I mean, again, being
yes.
but having a nice table with custom design logos, and it really does a lot for that. Even for
Kelvin, show them the light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have the light? Where's the light? Is the light there in the back? Okay.
Yeah.
What is this?
He got this new custom-made huge light screen. It's like the size of a probably a 32-inch TV. So now, that we have at the backdrop at the shows.
Awesome.
Presentation is very important. Definitely.
Is it green? Because I think Sips has it. If it's green, I think
I thought I charged my other light, and I'm supposed to have a little background back here, but it keeps dying on me. So it is.
Right.
I think we might have made DC mad or something because he's turning green over here.
I know. Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. So going to your cigars, probably more Kelvin to answer this one. I mean, you're familiar with smoking cigars at a certain humidity, right? The relative humidity. What's your recommendation for all 4 of your cigars, or is there what do you try to keep them at when you smoke them, or what do you recommend people to smoke them at?
Oh boy, humidity. It varies. I mean, we, here we're in Long Island, we have winter only about maybe 4 or 5 months, 4 months out of the year. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, give me a spring weather, having it hot temperatures is just not a comfortable way of smoking a cigar,
Yeah. Gotcha.
So he has a humidor at his house. I have a humidor at my house. He has a glass case at his house. I have one here. So we're always ready to do a show wherever. I keep the cigars at my humidor. I keep them at a 62 temperature and a 48% humidity.
Yeah, that's the same thing I do also. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it fluctuates depending on how cold it gets in the house.
Yeah.
Because I watch it because it's been changing lately that it's gotten colder.
Mine has been humming lately. Like I've been like, what's going on here? In the middle of the night.
Are you trying to say you want a new Christmas gift? Stop. I'm not doing it.
So Kelvin.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Matt.
Oh, sorry about that. So I was curious. So since Georgette's been involved, have you guys seen an increase in women interested in the cigars? Was it the same before Georgette? Has that added the ladies interested in the status cigars at all?
I could answer that. I would say anything Georgette puts her hands to turns to platinum, titanium, vibranium, gold. Okay? So, yes, yes.
Awesome.
Nice.
So,
I just one real quick. I will say that since I became involved with the company, there is more interest from women and even men. So, but women, because when they hear I'm co-owner, they love that fact that there is a woman involved with the company.
Yes. Yeah.
that's awesome.
Awesome.
Girl power, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Yep. Uh-huh.
So
We're actually
I got a question about your lines. So you have four different cigars. Two are dipped, two are regular, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did you release the four cigars simultaneously, or did you do because we just barely learned about your brand, so you're established in 2020.
Right.
How did you release those cigars?
We first released the first three, the Premier, the Executive, and the VSOP at one time. Yeah, we put them all at the same time, and then with Georgette, and popular demand for a full body cigar, but the attraction of a barber pole, including so we have a 3 barber pole. It's just an attraction. I think a lot of cigar smokers like that look. Looks sexy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that kind of leads into my next question. So you preferred to produce the barber pole for the looks. Did you ever think about like, hey, let me have a traditional, just a Connecticut wrapper, a Maduro that's like solid, as opposed to like your barber poles?
Georgette?
Well, I haven't. I mean, when I got involved, he already had the 3 cigars. So
Okay.
I think because we do have the regular ones, but they're dipped.
Mhm.
I see what you're saying with that. With just one, that's just this is me, right? This is
Like
me. I'm
traditional, like a
here.
traditional
Yeah,
Connecticut
yeah,
wrapper,
just
traditional
traditional.
Habano,
Yeah,
Sumatra, whatever.
yeah. We never really thought about doing that. That's a good question. And that's something to maybe think about in the future, but we've never thought about that.
I mean, I'm just saying, like for me, I like barber poles. They look like Kelvin said, they look cool, right? But
Mhm.
if I go to a B&M, I'll gravitate more to like a solid wrapper, a Connecticut, a broadleaf, Mexican San Andreas. The barber pole is either because it's hyped up, like you'll hear people saying like, oh, this like Candela with Connecticut or whatever. You get those gimmicky cigars for like what is it, like St. Patrick's Day, Halloween, from I
Right.
forget the brand. But that I was just curious about if you're ever thinking about having just solid cigars.
Well, you see, we love suggestions, and that might be
Yeah.
maybe our
Yeah.
next brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt,
Yeah.
when we make it, we're gonna ask you to give me a name for that. Okay, give us a name
Ooh,
for that cigar.
I
Okay,
like that.
all right,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
This is
I mean,
recorded for another.
Stogie Society cigar doesn't sound bad, guys. I'm just saying.
Doggy Society. It's
Yeah.
got status too.
Yeah,
It
there you
is,
go.
right?
Nice.
the,
So
the
so
stogie. The stogie.
during for the whole design phase for each cigar, do you remember more or less how long it took you to actually from start to finish say like, all right, this is the blend that I like? Because I hear you saying that you're going down to the factories, and obviously you're testing the leaves, you're testing the blends. How many like mistrials did you have, like, hey, I don't like this, change that for each of your cigar lines?
But I tell you, they were so ballpoint what we were looking for, and it really wasn't hard. It really was okay. No, this is great. I mean, it was like, oh, wow. I mean, do you have anything else? No, let's just go keep it with this one. It was they off the bat, boom, they got it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So
that's true because the Royale, which we just came out with a couple of months ago, it's been about 3 or 4 months.
Mhm.
I only had 40 made when we did it, and we took them to the show, and we sold out at the show. So that told me right there, okay, I'm good. I've got a good product. They were smoking it there. They liked it. They called me after. They wanted different. They wanted more product. So that told me that I had I hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, I think with Status Cigar, we love to listen to the people out there. We want to be for you, and you tell us what you like, and we'll put our investigation on. We'll plan. We'll focus on it. See,
nice, awesome.
That's
And-
cool you
and-
knew what you wanted.
Sorry,
Go
just
ahead,
want to give
DJ.
a quick. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Veronica. She just joined, said hello. She's La Cigar Dueña on Instagram. Somebody
Veronica.
very new to the industry and amazing. As if you get a chance to watch some of her videos with her husband, the Cigar Apostle, I think you definitely enjoy her stuff. If you're looking for another female promoter, I definitely want to recommend her.
very good.
Nice.
Awesome. Please connect with me on status_cigar on Instagram.
Her husband was
And
part.
message me.
Her husband
Yeah,
is
that's right.
part of the cigar dudes. Kristen.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So there's a question up here from the guests. Thank you again for putting up these questions. We appreciate it for you guys doing this. Anyone else that has any questions, please put them in the chat. We probably got like another 15, 20 minutes to go. So we definitely want to get some questions answered for them. And then if you guys have any suggestions, they already said they're open to it and it's being recorded. So we'll go back to this later. But to the guest, he's asking, do you have any plans to expand the line to get into any retail locations? Obviously, we touched a little bit about that. Also, in 3 years of smoking cigars on the regular, he has never touched a barber pole. So we're going to go ahead and cancel the guest for never touching a barber pole. No. Just kidding.
Block and delete.
How do you block? How do you block here? Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think to his
that just means he needs to order one from us. That's all that means.
Exactly.
So I think to his question, it probably would be like a suggestion or an ask. Are you guys looking at some of the, the major websites that a lot of us order off of? I mean, honestly, to maybe touch, are you guys maybe looking into communicating with them and trying to get your guys' cigar out there too and see if you can get a little more fan base out there that way?
I would say that's definitely in the plan within the next 3 years. We just wanted to be more visible in hotels and cruise lines, casinos. And I think those are the people that I need a cigar. I just won $1 million off the roulette table. Getting 24 black. So,
Don't give the secret away.
I just made a note.
Oh
I
my
made a mental note of that.
Oh my God. Every
This is
time we
smoking
go,
very
it's
well, by the way.
24 black.
Yep.
Is there a reason for that? What's the history behind that?
Oh, just a lot of the number 24 has fallen a lot of dates in my family, so that's why I always like 24. And usually, I can tell you, I can go to a casino, and if I hear a certain song, and I say, "Oh, that's when I put 24 black on there," and 9 out of 10 times I'm winning. So,
Okay.
Here let's you guys should try it out. Go to a casino, go to a roulette table. Don't bet on 24 black until you hear a song that and then I guarantee you're gonna 9 out of I'll say 15 out of 20 times you're gonna win. Okay, 24 black.
Now, what if the song "Lady in Red" comes on? Do I bet black or?
Yeah, whatever song that you go, oh, that's the song I'm gonna win. That's what's gonna happen. 24 black.
A lot of songs out there. I might run out of money.
So if I can jump in now that we're talking about songs, if you had to put a song as a theme for your cigar as of right now,
I like this. I like it.
Oh boy!
What song would that be?
Oh, there's only one song Georgette knows. I Get Lifted by. Oh my gosh, what was his name again?
Oh gosh! I don't remember his name.
I'll tell you in 2
He's
seconds.
good. He's good. Yeah, this is the song he plays all the time. Yes, yes,
By
yes,
George McKay. I Get
yes.
Lifted. That
I get lifted.
it's actually a song. It's on Grand Theft Auto. You know, and it just has that bass in there, and that is our song for Status Cigar, definitely. You know,
Which Grand Theft Auto?
I tell you.
Dropping beats.
Yeah, I'm gonna play right now.
Another question that we had with our previous guest, Crondon, Marvin Jones, was if you could put yourself, like, what cigar would you say you are based on your line? Like, what cigar would you say you are
based on your personality? Like what cigar describes you better?
There you go.
No.
Out of our cigars?
From our brand or other brands?
Any cigar. I mean, your brand or
definitely the Premier, because it has definitely spoken as the cigar for us. I mean, winning best cigar of the week at New York City Cigar Fest, being
Kelvin, he wants to know with your personality what cigar you would be out of the cigars, or any cigar, or any cigar.
It's got to have a personality. It's got to be able to go up to a complete stranger and go, "Hi, my name is Status Cigar, and what's your name?" You know, I think, you know, between Georgette and I, so the twin, you know, we just have that, you know. If we were on the Titanic, we're gonna know everyone's name before we die.
So which cigar are you saying that you are in the brand? I'm gonna answer the question. I'm gonna answer the question for you.
VSOP, yeah, VSOP, yeah.
Because it's sweet and sassy and sexy.
Yes.
Sweet and sassy.
Sweet and sassy.
How about yourself, Georgette?
I actually would say I'm probably going to be the barber pole because of the color combination, the two personalities of me, and you know, it makes a statement. So when you see it, you're like, "Oh, what's that?" So yeah, I'm the barber pole.
Nice. Two-toned.
There you go.
And by the way, just a quick question. Your description on the cigar say Maduro, but what Maduro is it? A broadleaf or Mexican San Andreas?
I don't know that one off the top of my head.
Okay,
that's a good question.
Question.
Call a distributor.
Text my guy. I'm gonna
call a
text
distributor.
My guy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be texting him. What's the Maduro?
Yeah. Nice.
So, speaking of your blend, what led you to use the Cubano Piloto?
Oh, you know, it just had that taste. That just, it just, the survey says this is the best one.
Nice. Yes. Excellent.
What would you say is your what is the biggest seller that you have out of all four? Is it going to be the Premier? Is that your biggest seller?
Premier is our signature cigar. You know,
yeah.
If someone walks up to the table and says, "I'm a serious cigar smoker," I'm not going to even show you the VSOP cognac or the Honey Jack Sweet Whiskey. You're a serious smoker. You want the Premier. You know?
That's the top seller. We always sell out at shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first one always to go. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
it's
nice.
it's that one first, and then the executive second. Those are the two. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the natural tasting for the serious smokers. I mean, it has a really good on the long finish. It has like a smooth chocolate note.
Yeah, that's what they've been told. Yeah.
Someone else has said that before. Yeah.
I know it's incredible. It's incredible to think I had a long finish because I kept puffing on it the whole time. But I do got it. It's on my palate.
I do see it on this one, the executive. I'm getting like a little bit of a floral note on the retro, which I'm really enjoying.
Yeah. And there is no sting on the retro whatsoever. It's been nice being able to puff it and just blow it through my nostrils and no worries at all. I think they're in the second, third, and it could be maybe the whiskey's helping out with it, but I am getting a little bit of that honey, which has actually been really nice. It kind of comes and goes. It lingers for a little bit and then it just disappears. And then it's actually very pleasant.
That's because it's dipped, and because it's dipped, you're getting those different flavor notes throughout the cigar. Because the way it dries, the way it dries, some parts of the cigar have more of the flavor in it than the other. So that's why it's like that.
Got it.
Nice.
Man.
Nice.
So any closing thoughts on what do you guys got to say to the fans that are tuning in, that tuned into the podcast, and that we're probably rewatch, because we got a lot of rewatches on our podcast. A lot of people are gonna
I
their leisure.
want to say that the reason why we made Status Cigar, and we wanted to cater to those that have that taste palette of certain alcohol, certain drinks. We wanted to cater to that, and then we also wanted to cater to those serious cigar smokers that just want to have the nice tobacco taste. That's why, having a Cuban hybrid, it just really blows up, so yeah, we are for the people.
Awesome. And then your cigar, they're available as singles, 5-packs, boxes, or how is it? Or whatever quantity.
All the above. Singles,
whatever.
Yeah,
5 packs. Whatever quantity. Yeah.
So people can like even like order like a sampler, like let me get one of each or like 2 of each, so they can. Okay.
Yes.
We just shipped out 2 orders like that this week, because somebody wanted to send them to one of their friends as a Christmas gift.
Awesome. So your menu's a la carte.
Yes.
Pretty much.
A la carte. Yes.
A la
Yes.
carte.
Yes.
Got
A la
it.
carte. Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Georgette, you didn't mention them that we the gentleman's club that ordered our
Crystal City. Yes. Crystal City Sports Club in Crystal City, Virginia. Yeah. So it's actually a quite nice establishment. It has it's a gentleman's club. So we have our cigars there as well.
Yes, yeah. They'll be
Awesome.
ordering from us pretty soon, I'm sure. Again.
Yeah.
Again.
Honey, I just need a cigar. So
Yeah.
I'm going to the lounge.
yeah.
The premiere is there. Lots of them.
Oh yeah. They had the first smoke of the premiere, and they're like, oh, we want this only.
3 boxes. 3 boxes.
3 boxes. Yeah. 3 boxes of 20. So that's very happy about that. Yeah.
Do they pay you all in ones or?
I know, right? Make it
I
rain.
think it was 20.
Oh man.
So, I don't know if we touched on this. So do you know that can you give us like the price points of the cigars, or would that be better for them to like get a hold of you and there you can give them the price points?
I can give the price points when they reach out, because it depends on how many they order.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
I will tell you their retail is $30. However, depending on how many you order, it will adjust the price.
Awesome. Yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
Awesome. So I think we're getting close to just wrapping it up right now. Real quick, we'll go around and we'll leave you guys for last, but we'd like to at the end always, touch base with all the team members here and kind of let everyone know what we got coming out, and then we'll get you guys last and kind of let us know what your next thing is coming up. So we'll start with Matt. And you got anything coming up soon, sir?
Yeah, so my most recent video was the Principal Martinique. Got a review out for that. Upcoming I just got to edit will be a couple from our friend AZ, a Cohiba Siglo 1 and an H. Upman got coming out. Just got to edit it, throw it together. A couple aged Cubans there. And then, that's all I got coming up here. Should have those out next week.
Awesome.
Hugo?
Nice. For me, I'm trying to. I'm on a time crunch. I kind of like lagged on reviewing all the 2024 releases I had. So I released the Davidoff Maduro yesterday. I got the Dragon Punch on Saturday, and I believe I have maybe like 3 or 4 more, and I'm barely gonna make the end of the year. So for the list, and then I gotta start working on my top cigars for the whole year. So expect that on the Hugo Smokes channel.
Nice. Mr. Randall, how are we looking?
Oh man, I'm behind. I just got back from a 2-week trip to South America. So I reviewed a humidor recently. I reviewed this lighter that came out today. I got a cigar that was sent to me for review that I got to get out probably this week. They sent it a couple weeks ago, and then I'm working on a top 5 or 10 list for the 2024 year, and then I have some Cubans that I'm going to start reviewing probably at the beginning of next year. I'm going to let them set for a little while.
Awesome. And Frank?
I have a couple more episodes coming out of my craft boutique reviews, where I go through and just review cigars that are coming out new, that don't have that backing, that like the legacy brand. So I'm trying to I've been reaching out to a lot of like newer companies and doing reviews on their cigars. So I'm continuing with that. I should have a video coming out probably tomorrow on that. So that's why I'm still working on that.
Awesome. Well, myself, I actually finally started recording some stuff, guys. I am probably the one of the group that is the furthest behind on putting anything out. My content isn't reviews. I like to do fun stuff. If you look at my Instagram, it's doing a bunch of just video edits, little specialty things that kind of go out there, make some fun with it, and kind of roll things through. So I finally got some stuff coming through. Gonna start finishing editing, and then hopefully by the weekend, I have a regular 9 to 5. So if I can get all that through, you guys see some stuff coming through this weekend. So yeah, that's what we got coming on. For you two, what's going on? You guys have any shows you're going to be on anytime this month, or how's it looking for the rest of the year?
So we will be on a show in January. I'm waiting to get the date. And I will be going to Costa Rica next month, doing a little bit of gallivanting and seeing what I can find out for maybe use in our business. And then in March, we'll be at the Tampa Cigar Festival. So that's what's on the plate for now, but more to come.
Awesome.
Kelvin,
how about you?
Well, I know we're being asked to be at certain New Year's Eve parties and holiday parties. So we're gathering up all the information, and this is the time of year where people want to give cigars, a status cigar to their friends. So this is what they want to do. So we have a few events we're going to be taking care of and going to in the next few days during the holidays. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Glad to hear. We're excited to see what you guys got going on into your ventures, and hopefully in 4 years you'll still speak to us. We'll see how that goes. So,
we'll let you know.
Thanks. So, but definitely want to say thank you. For sure. There we go. Want to say thank you to you both. Definitely, it's been a very good pleasure talking to you both, getting to know you both, and speaking on the company. And can't wait to hear more and seeing what other suggestions you guys took from this show and from other shows, and see what you guys put out. We're very much excited. And so maybe down the line, 6 months, a year from now, we can get you guys back on the show, do a quick follow-up from where we're at into where you're at now, and go from there.
Would love to do that. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. We thank you. Thank you so much. Really. I mean, we're very happy that you guys have asked us to do this, and
it was a pleasure.
We'll see you again in 4 years also. I'll tell the secretary that. We'll
be quiet.
So can we book you now for the 4 years?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. What?
Oh gosh! You see why I can't take him anywhere.
So everyone that's still on watching, again, thank you guys for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. Any of those that are going to be rewatching this, again, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. We all have our own separate accounts, but we definitely want to get you guys to jump on to all of our accounts, especially Status Cigar. Let's get them out there. Let's get them known. Again, what Stogie Society is we want to reach out to all the small companies that are up and coming, give you guys an opportunity to speak on your cigars, what you're about, who you are, where you're from, and we just thoroughly enjoyed this one. So thank you once again,
Thank
everyone
you.
out there. Have a great night. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Veronica.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank y'all. Thank
Bye, guys.
Bye.